Go live. Good morning, everyone. Welcome to another episode of Xah Talk Show. Today is 2021, June 22nd. And today we are going to do Emacs Lisp live coding mostly and XahFly keys, okay? And so if you have questions, Emacs related, post it, okay? Or if you have some other questions, you might post it. Then I'll see if we have time to talk about that. So go to Xah Talk Show today. This is today's talk show page. So let's begin to code. Let me tell you what are we going to do today. So yesterday, in the past few videos, I did a lot Emacs Lisp. Good morning, BTX 5. So in the past few days, we did a lot video of Emacs Lisp coding, especially on Emacs Lisp command on HTML. And by the way, this is Kinesis Advantage 2 keyboard, and this is Ultimate Hacking keyboard, and I have reviews on my website. So you just go to my website and you go buy it, okay? Ultimate Hacking and Kinesis. I have reviews there. It's fantastic. And also get red switches. I bought this 3 months ago, red switches. $350, and it's worth it. Okay, Kinesis Advantage 2. So anyway, so back to Emacs Lisp. So we did a lot Emacs Lisp coding in the past few days. So if you are Emacs user, Emacs Lisp learner, you want to watch them. We are going to continue. So let me tell you what we are going to do today. So okay, so there is this command, xah-html-select-current-element, which we did 2 days ago, I think. And I'm going to modify the code so that it will extend the behavior. For example, let me show you my current keyboard block, okay? Keyboard block. You see, go down here, you have this Allison Marshall keyboard. Okay, so what this command does is, okay, let me show you. So if my cursor is here, so for example, here is the image, right? Image tag, you open it, it's the image. So here's the image path. So if my cursor is here, I call the command, it will, let me show the pink window. The pink window shows all my command calls and keys. I'm using XahFly keys with Vorak keyboard. So if my cursor is here, I call the command, it will select the current tag, which is the image tag. So if my cursor is, let's say here, it will select the entire outer tag, which is the link tag. You see the href link tag. So if my cursor is here, it does that. But if my cursor is here, if it's here, then it does that. What I want is to press the key again and have it expand. For example, if I press the key again now, it doesn't do anything. But I want to select like this. Okay, you see, expand it. So if I press it again, it'll expand selection to the outer HTML tag. Okay, so there's a lot to do actually. So let's go to the talk show page. So first of all, we're gonna code this, okay? That'll take maybe 20 minutes. Then we are going to, let's see, audio check, video check. Yes, good. Okay, then I'm going to, there's a pull request, XahFly keys. I haven't checked for a long time. Someone added Neo layout and Neo 2 layout and Beeple layout. So I'm going to commit that so you can kind of see the workflow. So it's a workflow, actual workflow demo. So I'm gonna do that. Then I'm going to also add delete selection mod to XahFly keys. So what that mod does is that, in Emacs, if you have a selection and if you press the delete key, if you press the delete key, in normal text editors, it will delete it, but not necessarily so in Emacs, because that depends on whether you have this delete selection mod on. If you have it on, let me show you, okay? So because right now I have it on, as I type something, something selected, and if I type any character, it will just override it, okay? But if I have this off, so let me show you, okay? Let's set it to off. Evaluate, okay? Then something selected. Now I want to type something. It doesn't, you see, it doesn't delete it. It just, that's kind of silly, but you know, Emacs is pretty old. So anyway, so delete selection mod. Basically, I want to turn it on when XahFlyKeys is on. So I want to add it into XahFlyKeys package. So you're gonna watch my kind of workflow and whatever associated information for you Emacs users. Okay, so that's what we are going to talk about. So first, let's modify this code, Emacs Lisp coding. Let's commence the coding, okay? So here is the code, copy it, describe function, type the function name, go to the source code, okay? Then we want to modify this code. First of all, make a copy, new buffer, paste it here, select the file, select the function name, save it as a temporary function, okay? So I'm gonna name this like that, okay? So you can see this is a temp name we're gonna work on. It's my convention where file begin with XX are kind of temp files. So one day I may just delete them, delete them all. But anyway, so here is the code. Let's switch to XAH Emacs Lisp mod. Okay, so the code is 41 lines, okay, fits in the window. So now we are going to modify the command so that if the last command called is the same command, meaning it's repeated, then just expand the region. Okay, actually that's not so trivial. So first question is, how do you determine if the last command is the same command as this? Okay, the way you do that is let's try to put the code here. The way you do that is this command, okay? So this command is a variable. Let's call describe variable. Then it'll tell you this command now being, the command being executed. So for example, the current value is describe variable because that's what I called. I called describe variable on this command to see what is the value, and that value is describe variable because the value of this command named this command is is whatever command you just called. So this will give you this command, and there's also last command, okay? So for example, I call describe variable on last command, then you see it tells you its value is XahFly command mod activate because I'm in XahFlyKeys. I can activate insert mod or I can activate command mod. It's like a Vim. Okay, so last command holds the value, a string or a symbol of the last command being executed. So if you want to know if the command you called right now is the same as the last command, meaning that you've been repeating the command, this is one way to find out. So we can just say equal this command last command, okay, something like that. So we want to make an if statement, then check if they are equal. Then if it's equal, that means it's repeated. Otherwise, do whatever here. Okay, that's how you determine it. But before we go on, let me go to XAH source code. Then let me search for the word last command because of course I have coded this before. Yeah, you see lots of these occurrences because many commands, their behavior depends on whether it's being repeated. For example, this is a good example, this command, copy line or region. So if you call it for the first time, it will copy the current line, okay? But however, if you call it again and again and again, it will continuously copy lines, like copying a block of lines, instead of just copying the current line. For example, let me demonstrate, okay? So for example, I press it, I call the key, you know, the key is J in Vorak. So let's try again. Do it. Okay, now I open a new buffer, paste it, you see that. Now if I do it, now go back here, paste it, you see it's that. But now if I do it continuously, copy, 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 you see, now I go to this buffer, paste, you see, you get a sequence of lines. This is super convenient because this way it saves you, you know, key binding spots, and it's, you know, it's just convenient. So that is we are talking about efficiency. So this is part of the efficiency of XahFly keys. This is why, in terms of efficiency, in terms of number of keystrokes on programming tasks, XahFly keys is better than Vim. Okay. Okay, so well, that's my claim. You can try. You know, you can go to the Vim Golf and try it. You know, I've done that. We have done that before a long time ago. Maybe we should do it again. Anyway, so back to the so we were talking about you see this part, this command. So this tells you whether you are you know, calling the command again. Okay, so let's see. So if it's repeated, do something. Otherwise, do whatever it was doing before. Okay, so okay, so let's see. Let's magnify. Otherwise, what is this? So program, that's trying to select the tag. Okay, so so then if it's in tag, okay, so let's trying to find out what's the structure here. Okay, so anyway, this whole thing, let's move it here. Okay, now prettify the code. So we are working on xah-html-select-current-element. Okay, now let's add some kind of let's modify the doc string. Select the current or outer element under cursor if called for first call will select current element. Repeated call will select outer, will expand selection to outer element. Okay, that's what we gonna add. Okay, and let's update the version date. Okay, so now we're gonna do is this part. So what we gonna do? So okay, so you know, in order to do this, we have to think. Now we have to think about, you know, we are doing live coding. We have to think. So if it's repeated, that means there's already a selection. When there's already a selection, let me just begin coding. Okay, because live coding is better if I just keep moving instead of, you know, stuck and doing nothing and just thinking about things. Okay, so let's keep moving. So let's begin to have set P1. Now I want to rename P1 so it's colored. Okay, so let's not. Okay, let's continue. Okay, set P1 equals to region beginning. Okay, then set P2 to region end. Okay, so that's the beginning and end position of the current selection. Okay, so P1, P2 is the beginning and end of current selection. Now what we gonna do next? Now we gonna go to char P1, move cursor to the beginning position to the left. Okay, then search backward. You know, I'm just gonna start to code. Then we try it. If we find problems, we fix it. You know, this way is more suitable for live coding. So search backward. We want to search for this character. Okay, that's the HTML tag kind of thing. So search for that. optional bound nil no arrow true, but we want it to be, we say move, and no, let's just say true. Okay, so search backward. Okay, search backward. Okay, now in order to let me go to let me show something here. So let's go to talk show. What? Okay, close XahFly keys. Go to talk show. Okay, so we have some HTML to look at. So, you know, suppose we begin like that, then we call the command again, it should expand. So first of all, we are moving to the beginning of the region, then we want to search backward to the next left angle bracket. That's right, so that's this line is doing. Okay, then search forward. Okay, I think I know what to do. So let's add 4 more variables. Tag position 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, let's add 4 more variables. Okay, then set tag position 1. Okay, then search forward for that optional bound nil no arrow true, then set tag position 2 to be the current cursor position. Okay, then go to the end of selection, which is P2. Okay, then go to char P2. So what's going on is that, you see, if we begin like that, we move the cursor to the beginning of region, then we search for that, then that's the tag position 1. Then we search forward for ending angle bracket, that's tag position 2. You know, that's this one. Then we go to char end of region, which is here. Then we again search repeat. Okay, so we can actually copy this code. So then we go to that, then we search forward for that, then tag position 4, then we search backward. Wait, I think so. We search forward that's tag position 4, then search backward that's tag position 3. Then okay, so I believe this tag position 1, 2, 3, 4, they are basically, you see, let me explain this. So you see, we begin like that. Now tag position 1 will be here, tag position 2 is here. Okay, tag position 3 is the end, 3 and 4 is the ending tags. You see, tag position 1 and 2 is the beginning tag, begin and end. Tag position 3 and 4 is the ending tag, begin and end. Okay, so that's what, you know, this kind of so you need four positions to specify HTML element in a text in a string. So tag position 1, 2, 3, 4. So I hope that's clear. Yes. So now, so once we so once we have that, it's very easy. So now let's just say, all we have to do now is just turn on the mark. Okay, mark and region. You know, turn on the mark on tag position 1 and move cursor to the tag position 4. Okay, that's all we have to do. So let's see, go to chart. Okay, so that's actually, so this is the code we need. Okay, push mark tag position 1 and go to char tag position. We forgot to set delete selection back to 1, so that's why I'm having problems. Let's do that. Evaluate. Okay, now, yeah, okay. So go to chart tag position 4. Okay, so that's it. Prettify the code. I think that's it. What we need. Okay, now let's clean the code. So this command. Okay, now let's magnify. So this command this command. Okay, right now it's 66 lines and has 2 parts. So first of all, if whether this command has been repeated. If it has, then do this part. Otherwise, do the second part. Okay, so that's clear. Now let's compact these things so they don't take so many lines. Magnify. Okay. So now let's double check the code. I think we pretty much all done. So if it's repeated, then first of all, get the beginning position of the region and end position of the region. Then go to the beginning position of the region. Then search backward for the HTML angle bracket. So we do that to get the position of the beginning position of the opening tag. And in a similar way, we get the beginning position of the end position of opening tag. Then we get the end position of the closing tag, then the beginning position of the closing tag. Then all we have to do is push mark. Fantastic. I think there are a little problem because there's some problem when you run into, let me show you, when you run into self-closing tags such as BR or HR. You see, those are self-closing tags, but I haven't thought about it. But let's just run the code, okay? Run the code. Fantastic. Now, let's try it. Okay? Do it. Now we're gonna do it again. Let's see if it works. Do it. Fantastic. Do it. Fantastic. Do it. Oops. That's incorrect. That's fucked up. Okay. Oh yeah, okay. I know what's going on. So this is easy to fix. Okay. So once we have the beginning position, okay, so once we have the beginning and end position of the opening tag, we don't want to use the HTML angle bracket to get the closing, the matching tag. Instead, we need to do some kind of parsing to get into the matching tag, and that command is this SGML skip tag forward. Okay, so we want to use that. Okay, we want to use some kind this code, this part of this code. Why is it no completion? That fuck. This code is part of in emacs SGML mod written by a XML expert, and his name is, let me show you who that is, James Clark, very famous. He wrote the most used C library for parsing XML, James Clark, and he is also a open source fanatic. Okay, he lives in Malaysia or something there, South Asia. He's pretty old too. I think probably maybe 50 something or 60. James Clark. Okay, because 20 years ago in year 2000, I was working at Natopia, web order, online shopping engine, like Yahoo Store or Amazon. We are writing those engine, and we need to have XML parsers, and it turns out, so I use the library that's C, and it's written by him, James Clark, and he has a website too, actually. And also he also, James Clark is the one who he wrote XHTML mod. XHTML mod is like 30 years old, something. Let's see, you see, 1992. He also wrote the XML mod about 10 years ago in Emacs. That turns out to be the best XML editor on Earth. Okay, James Clark, let me show you. Okay, let's digress a little bit, because we've done a lot Emacs Lisp. Let's digress a bit. Okay, let me show you the mod. Okay, this is the mod. You see the status bar, the mod line, nxml. Okay, so let's describe variable major mod. That's how you see the actual value of the mod name. Okay, so you can see major mod is a variable defined in C, blah blah blah, and its value is nxml mod. Okay, then let's look at nxml mod. Okay, now it doesn't have a link. Okay, but let's describe function and go there. There it is. So nxml mod is an auto-loaded blah 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 blah. Major mod for editing XML. Okay, it doesn't say much. Yeah. So this mod is, it's back then 10 years ago, it's the best XML editing mod, but not many people know that because issues. Okay, anyway, so let's go to the source code. You see, here's the source code for nxml mod, and you go to, you see, right now it's 400 lines, 2,458 lines of code. And go to the top, you can see the name James Clark. So this is written beginning in 2003 and something. Okay, so he's a true XML expert. He's in the XML standard back then. But unfortunately, XML got killed by Opera and Google and Apple Fox. They replaced it with HTML5. A fucking sad, history, a history point in the technology history of web technology, killed by Google, Apple, with their HTML5. Why are they doing that? Because, for example, Apple wanted the canvas. They want canvas too, so they can have games on their iPhone. Opera. Then Google joined in. Google wanted HTML5 because Google wanted to push forward with JavaScript technology, whatever, because that's Google's business, bread and butter, advertisement online. So they want more and more powerful HTML and JavaScript and web technologies. That's what they push for. So we do have to thank for Google for the advancement of basically all technologies on the web. We have WebGL, all kind of things, gaming or on the phone, Google. But while they are doing that, they also fucked up lots of good things, such as XML, okay, validity of, correctness and things like that. So anyway, that's a chapter of the web history, okay, web technology history. But anyway, we digressed. So that's an XML mod. And we are looking at SGML mod. Okay, close it. Now, so in SGML mod, there's this very convenient function, which what it does is that it lets you, let me show you, okay. It lets you jump from one tag to the beginning tag, to the matching beginning tag or ending tag. For example, section, I can jump to here, you see. Without this function, you have to basically write a parser, kind of a decent, next recursive parser, something like that, because you can't just search forward for the, for the bracket. That doesn't, you have to search. You have to find the next tag and check if that's the same tag as that, and so on, and So this function is, it's tremendous helpful. I'm just working on top of this. This is a let's see how much code is that in this function. Okay, just for curiosity. Okay, so let's copy that, paste it here. 37 lines. Okay, it's 37 lines, but however, it uses HTML syntax table, skip char forward, looking at, oh my god, these regular expressions, toothpick syndrome, because Emacs regular expression sucks. Then fix me. Oh, there's a fix me. This research forward will mistakenly match tag like text inside attributes. Okay. Then blah blah match beginning. Oh, actually, so this code is actually not that long. But how does it deal with nested skip chart? How does it deal with nesting? I'm not sure. Am I seeing some other complex? Oh, there it is. Okay, it's kind of a recursive. Okay, so the implementation of this command is using a recursive approach. No wonder it's short. So you see, it checks certain conditions and blah blah blah, then recursively go into the next yeah, kind of something like that. Okay, okay, but it's quite interesting. So this command does not actually take in that much code, but however, it does call uplist. That's, uplist is it's for Lisp. And it's navigating, uplist is another kind of parser-like function. It's used for Lisp code, for navigating nested Lisp code, basically nested parentheses. So I don't know why is it calling uplist, because uplist, it does not deal with HTML tags. It only deal with nested parentheses. And you can also see there's a forward list. So possibly for some reason it's using uplist to navigate HTML, XML nested syntax. If that is the case, then that's a tremendous employment of this function, because uplist is not easy to write. I mean, it's not that easy, because then you have to you have to deal with escaped parentheses and strings and all that. So anyway, so we are digressing. We don't know what's going on. So HTML thing. Okay. So anyway, close that. So we are going to just use this. Okay. So back to, so we do have, hello, what's the topic today? Yeah, Google first launched Angular. Primer Pi. Google first launched Angular. I forgot what's the context. Oh, when they introduced HTML5. Okay. So HTML. Okay, so let's see. HTML skip tag forward. That's right. So let's see. Let's go back to the our condition. So close that. So we have. So we select. Then we repeat. Then that's when it's wrong. So okay, now we have tag position 1, tag position 2, then here I know what to do. So we then we have to check if the tag, the tag we are looking at is actually a self-closing tag. Now, if you don't know what is a self-closing tag, well, I have a, I want to show you my page. That's why. There is, so here are the list of self-closing tags. So you want to check if it's a self-closing tag. So how do you check? Okay. And how do you so here's one way to do it. Kind of annoying. If you do it this way, it relies on the fact that your self-closing tag actually contains the slash, but that slash is not required since HTML5 fuck. It's required in XML. So this is one of the reasons XML is much better, because by the syntax alone, you can find a lot of information. Whenever there's, how do you know if it's a self-closing tag? Just look at the ending, if there's a slash there. But because of HTML5, they don't have that requirement anymore. So so now it's a problem. How do you know it's a self-closing tag? It's kind of problematic. You have to keep a list. Then you have to check, if the tag name is one of these, it's a problem. Okay, so let's go to xah-html mod. I have a code that checks self-closing tag. So let's list matching lines. So I do have a function that checks self-closing tag. So let's have a look. Okay, so I do have a function. Yeah. So let's use this function then. You have to give it a tag name. Okay. Yeah, let's call this function. That's more robust instead of just checking for the slash, because people don't add that slash in HTML5. Okay. So then, but first of all, we need to find the tag name. Okay. So setq tag name. So we need a new variable added there. Setq tag name. First of all, so how do you get the tag name? So go to char. Buffer substring no properties. Okay. Tag position. Tag position. Okay. Tag position 1 and 2. So we get a string from this function. That would be the tag name. Okay, so set the tag name to that. Okay, so there's your tag name. Then call this xah-html tag self-closing tag to see if it's self-closing. Okay, then we need the if statement. If it's self-closing, then what you do? Let's go back to HTML. Okay. Okay, so what you do if it's self-closing? Let's add a self-closing tag here. So if you find this, if it's self-closing, okay, I know what to do. So if it's self-closing, then you just extend the selection to there. Okay. So if it's self-closing, then we are done. Basically, we are good. So if it's self-closing, then push mark to position 1, then go to char p2, okay? Otherwise you need more work to do. So otherwise you need to start to otherwise here, okay? Otherwise here, okay? So is it self-closing or not? If it is, just push it and move to region N, okay? If it's not self-closing, then go to char, tag position 1, okay? So let me show you what are we doing. So if we are here, we need to go to the left, like we select, okay, then we trying to find the next tag to the left of the selection, which happen to be self-closing here. But however, if it's like that, then we're gonna find this one. So this is not self-closing, okay? So we need to move the cursor there, which is this line, then forward char 1, okay? Forward char 1, which means move one character to the right, okay? Then we call the XHTML skip tag forward, which will, let me show you what it will does. You see, we call it, it will move to the matching end tag, okay? Then we search backward, okay? Then search backward, then that's gonna be tag point 3. Then we search forward, then that's gonna be tag position 4. Then like before, we push mark, okay? Clean the code. So actually, so that's the code. Let's see if we, so that's the whole code. How many lines? 68 lines, okay? So again, the code has two parts depending on the if statement. So if the previous command is the same command, then we do this part. Otherwise, we do this part. Okay? So if it's the same, then we basically repeat, we find the left pair, then okay. Anyway, let's do it. Let's call the function. Let's evaluate the function. Then let's try it. But first of all, I want to make sure one more time, last time, to see my code is correct. So if it's a closing tag or not, if it is, then just do that. So what is the options for push mark? Let's see. Describe function, push mark, option, location, no message. That's right, activate. We don't want to activate. Oh, we do want to activate. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Okay. So let's eval the buffer. Let's try it now. Let's go to the HTML. Let's try it. Let's try two possibilities. One with the self-closing tag and one without. Okay. Now, call it. Good. Call it again. Good. Call it again. Good. Call it again. Wrong. Oh, okay. Now I know what's wrong, because once we are over here, we search backward to get this figure, and for some reason, and by mistake, we assumed this is a beginning tag. But in this case, it's not beginning tag, it's ending tag. Okay, so that's a mistake. But now let's try this case. Do it. Okay, that's also wrong. If if there's a self-closing tag, that's also wrong. Now BR is, oh, okay, wait, we now we got this is wrong. Buffer substring, yeah, this part is wrong. Okay, we're getting along. Finally, I'm catching you being live. Hello. How long have I been talking? I think this is getting boring, right? 12. We've been talking for 50 minutes and we haven't done this yet. We haven't completed yet. Okay. So I know what's wrong right here. I mean, we have two cases, both are wrong. One case is that when there is no self-closing tag beyond the current selection. The other case is when there is a self-closing tag beyond the current selection. Both cases are wrong. And in either case, I know what is wrong. In the self-closing tag case, it is wrong because we didn't get the tag name correctly. Because the tag name, the way we get the tag name is just, so right now our tag name is actually the whole thing. That's not correct. So in order to get the tag name, so what you have to do is, okay, let's try this, save excursion. Okay, let me just code it. Go to char, tag position 1, okay, then forward char, okay, then skip char forward, okay, skip char forward, okay. We want to skip any of tag names, okay, which is A to Z. Tag name is only alphabets, okay. Limit, let's say limit 20, okay, we don't care. Skip char forward, okay. Then that's the then buffer substring no properties. Okay, so actually we don't need. Then buffer substring no properties from tag position +1 to current position. Okay, now it might seem complex, but if you code enough emacs lisp, you know, I kind of know what I'm doing. So what this block of code is doing is getting the tag name, and the way it's doing that is, first of all, for example, you move the cursor to the beginning of tag here, then you move forward 1 character, then you search forward up to space, that's the skip char forward. Then you take the string from the beginning of tag +1, which is there, to the current position. So that's how you get the current tag name. Yeah. Okay, so let's evaluate the code. Let's try it now. Let's try it over here. Do it. It's still wrong. What's the fuck? Is this correct? Any comments, questions? How many people are watching? 5 people. Okay, 5 people. 8 people. Okay, this is getting too long. Let's try this. Okay, BR. Let's evaluate it, which is true, right? Yeah, so this is true. So BR is true. So why is it? So if BR is true, then go to that. Yeah, I don't see why is it not working. Okay. So maybe we want to message tag name. Okay, so debug tag name. So it will print what's going on. Evaluate it. Let's try it here. Now show the message buffer so we can read. Okay, then let's do it. Okay, let me show the pink window. Okay, so let's do it here. Call it. It's not even printing to the messages. What's going on? This is all wrong. Why is it not printing to the messages? It's not printing to the messages. You see, we have a message going on. So evaluate the file again. Let's actually rename the file to add .el. Okay, open that again. Evaluate the file. Then do it. Oh, there it is. Wrong file, wrong type argument, symbol, forward char. Oh, okay, so yeah, so the syntax is wrong. The setq, the second argument altogether, they need to be one expression, not 1 2 3 4 5 expression. They need to be one single expression. So all this will be programmed there like that. Yeah, evaluate the buffer. Back to here. Let's try again. Do it. Fantastic. Something is wrong though. I mean, it should be like that because we are extending the selection. But however, it did something better than before. So okay, let's see what is wrong. So it also prints tag name. So did it print tag name? Mark set and wrote. Wait, it didn't print the tag name, but let's see. So tag name, so message. So if the tag name is self-closing, then push mark, then go to char P2. Now why is P2 not correct? P2 is end of region here. Eval the buffer. Let's try it again. Do it. It's not correct. Do it. Okay, this is taking too long. Do it. Any comments? My PayPal is up to date. Yes, thank you. Pay there and I'll get your money. xah@xahTV.org. Okay, so what's going on? So what should we do now? Should we abandon the completion and that'll be it for today, or should I continue with 7 people watching? Because right now we kind of it's getting because by now, I mean, new people come in, they have no idea what's going on unless you watched from 15 minutes ago. But we're getting into very technical details about. So right now I don't understand why is the tag name not even printed. So we get go to char tag position 1 forward char, then skip char forward. Let's see, did we get the syntax right? Yeah, it should. This is correct. Yeah, okay, wait. Then buffer string no properties, 1 plus tag position plus then the current point. Okay. Then that's a tag name. And we are trying to print the tag name. It's not printing. Why is that? Let's do that. Eval the buffer. Do it. Okay, now it's printing it. We can see it now. Search for BR. Why is it not showing before? Yeah, it is. Okay, so okay, now, so if it's self-closing, then push mark that and go to char P2. Now P2 is region end. So why is it not? Oh wait, what? I don't know why is it not? Oh, it works now. Hey, let's see. Do it. It works now. What's going on? So if the cursor is, let's try it again. Do it. It worked now. What? Do it. Fantastic. Do it. Fantastic. Okay, now for some reason it's working now. Why? What did I change? Yeah, that's still correct. That correct. Now that's incorrect because okay. Now let's push on. Let's fix the other problem. The other problem is when the expanded tag, the beginning one, is not a self-closing tag. So which is the part is here. So go to char tag position 1 forward char. Then actually now we have to determine that is, the tag to the left, the expanded tag to the left. We have to find out if that tag is a beginning tag or closing tag. So that's what we have to find out. So we can find out by, let's see if I have already a function. Okay, let's go to xah-html mod. Beginning tag. Okay, let's see if I have a function that determines, let's list all functions of define. Let's see. Okay, define. See if we already have a function that list matching lines. Okay, list matching lines define. Then let's search for tag. Okay, get tag name. Oh, we actually also have a get tag name. We should use that. Okay, so let's search for self-closing tag, delete pair, cursor in tag, get tag type, skip forward. Okay, change current tag. Okay, so we don't have a function that tells me whether it's a beginning tag or end tag. Do I? No. Let's write it then. Let's write it ourselves. Okay, so let's write it. I guess. Okay, I guess let's go back to here. Let's go back. See comments. Kang Xiaoguang, is it actually recognized as self-closing? Save excursion. What is recognized as self-closing? We determine whether it's a self-closing tag by calling this command, xah self-closing tag, true or false. and give it a string tag name. Now, the way this function works is basically you just check a list of tags, whether it's one of these, tag name, then it's self-closing. That's how that works. And save excursion, I'm not going to explain that. Just search my XahTV emacs tutorial, save excursion. Basically, it saves the cursor position and return the original cursor position before the user calls the command. Otherwise, after you call the command, the cursor jumped to other places. Okay, so right now we need to fix is that we need to determine if if a tag is a beginning tag or end tag. Okay, the way to determine that is very easy. Okay, so go to that and here. Okay, this is how you do it. Is end tag, okay, by checking compare, because if it's end tag, end tag they will always, the second character will be a slash. Okay, that's how you, so you equal character, you check if it's equal to a slash. Okay, so this is how you determine end tag. Now if okay, I don't know what are we doing. So there's another question. Okay, let me just push coding this, because this basically this function, when we expand selection of HTML elements, we are basically writing a function that navigates nested structure. So when you navigate nested structure, there's a lot of complexities. For example, you can jump to the, because every nested structure is basically a tree structure. So when you are on a tree, you have the option of going to the siblings, or you have the option going to the parents or go to the children. So at each point, you have several options. You have to make a decision what your command actually wants to do. So that's why it's a bit complex. So for now, let's just so if it's m tag, let's just okay, I want to stop this video, I think, because okay, no comments, and I want to stop this video because we did a lot of code, and at this point it's not very fruitful to go on to do a live show on this. So that's it for that today, and there are more things I want to do, but let's do it another day then. Softline keys, yeah. So today we just yeah. Okay, thank you guys for watching. If you like my stuff, buy my emacs tutorial. Okay, you can find the links almost everywhere. Just go to my xah-emacs, just search for xah-emacs website. You'll find links for Patreon and PayPal, or buy my emacs tutorial. Thank you guys. Bye.